Good morning, speed gaming, or maybe it's afternoon where you are, maybe even evening or night. Today we have some more round of 16 action between Asazas versus Toplife. Asazas having taken game one. My name is Tracy M. With me today is Captain 1977. How you doing, Captain?
Yeah, I really excited for this match. We're getting down to like the top 16. It's starting to get exciting now. I'm gonna feel it. Let's get to it.
Well, it's been pretty exciting before the top 16, but now now we're getting to not too many. Some pretty good runners left at this point. Some pretty good runners out already.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean this tournament just brings out the best, and we have Asazas and Toplife. Asazas, the end up as the 42nd seed. He took out Andy, which of course is everybody knows Andy, and Chimo in the first two rounds. Toplife having taken out Scarlet and Illis in his first two rounds, and yeah, should be a good one between these two.
Who's Andy? I don't know Andy. What?
Yeah, you'll just have to
Kidding.
watch some GDQ videos, and you'll figure out who Andy is.
Oh, quick map check. I missed it. All right. So standard start. Not much going on. We're just gonna get a random weapon from the uncle. One of many things. There's a map check. Head to Eastern Crystals over at Desert Era.
And a bow start. I feel like the bow has been a really common start this tournament.
Yeah.
Not really my favorite either, because there's two bows in the pool. A lot of interesting things can happen, and we get an early fire rod that we basically can't use. I think that first drop though from the green guard was a small magic. So if that is the case, the guards will provide a bomb drop well into the prize pack. But I do expect both runners to go for that.
Oh yeah, you don't want to come back here and hope, find out, oh, there's a glove back here. It's the only way to get back to it is go through a long way through escape. So, yeah, you can see a farm for that bomb, definitely.
Yeah, when they get to the back of the escape, you want those bombs, and you don't want to have your opponent get them and you didn't. So, we'll see a little bit of farming. The rats, of course, are in a different prize pack. Might be in a better prize pack, but you can't count on that. Toplife using one of my favorite sprites, alternate sprites, the Yoshi sprite, because he always just looks so happy when he gets a crystal.
Sasa's going for the not as much use vanilla link sprite. You really don't see that too much anymore.
No, but for some of us, I use a alternate palette. I use the tunic link sprite, so I like my setups. I can't use a different sprite, and I'm wondering if he's the same. Ooh, and Moon Pearl early is nice.
Okay, well we got 3 trackable items already in escape, so okay.
Plenty of arrows for now. And with the fire rod, they'll have a few fire rod shots. I might just use a fire rod shot here. Or 4 arrow shots. Yeah, see, Toplife using that fire rod shot got through a lot quicker. Able to catch up a little bit, although, of course, this being the very beginning of the game, can't really tell much about who's ahead or behind at this point. And it may be that Asazas will save that fire rod shot for the snakes coming up, because you can shoot one shot and get a whole bunch with splash damage. And hope to get your prize pack, your prize that you need. Oh, and there's that bomb for Toplife. Asazas is going to bank on the snakes, I think.
Yeah, there's lots of them in the back here, so pretty good chance of getting one from there.
Be funny if the rats turned out to be in the bomb pack.
Sure. Or the special pack.
Yeah, I don't know if he... Depends on how many arrow shots you would go for in the special pack, because you still have to go pretty
Oh,
decently
that's
into the prize
true.
pack. There it is.
There. Oh, he did grab it!
Oh, no. He
Oh,
went through
that's...
the... Oh, yeah, he's not going to get back to that prize either.
Oh, well, there's a glove anyway, so we're fine.
Yeah, but that's still a time loss.
Yeah.
And he knows it. He knows he's going to have to go back and check this, and then his opponent is not.
And rats
But he, yeah, so
are
he...
in the special pack.
It is the special pack, so he's probably going to get that 8 bomb drop, which, you know, if he... That 8 bomb drop is a nice one, depending on where all the other bombs are. Top Life, probably not going to farm here. He's going to take his 1 bomb and go to the sewers, or his asazas, I think, has to do it. But getting that 8 bomb pack will help him in the... in Kakariko. There it is.
Alright. We're okay. Single rupee the map and a heart container. So not really much there anyway, but just good to get it out of the way.
Well, yeah, you don't want to have to come back for any, especially knowing that your opponent didn't.
True. Oh, 1 fighter item in the sanctuary. Nice sub 60 escape there for Top Life. For 6-minute escape, and it's 50 rupees. So.
And Top Life has enough money to buy bombs in Kakariko. Probably just going to do that. We'll see if he does any tree pulls or bush crab checks. You don't see that a whole lot in the standard mode, just because usually you do have pretty decent supplies coming out. Asazas has no reason to check any of that stuff. He's got 6 bombs remaining. You only really need 3 for Kakariko, 1 for the race game if it's anything good. That still leaves you with 2 bombs, and most likely you're going to pick up some bombs somewhere in these checks anyway.
Yeah.
See a tree pull from Top Life. That was a tier 2. Might decide to do a tier 1 afterwards. Actually, Asazas does it too.
Hey, look, Bob's.
Asazas says, I've got plenty of bombs. I don't need those. I think I might have picked those up. We're still early enough. I mean, I guess you got weapons. Yeah. Asazas only has 6 arrows, so Mini Moldorm Cave could become problematic, but he should be fine. Top Life has like 17 arrows because he didn't have to farm the rats, so, you know, he'll be fine in Mini Moldorm.
Fire Rod makes it pretty easy, though, too.
Yeah, especially now that Asazas has that, he has got that full magic, so that helps too.
Right, first checks in Kakariko. Entering blindside at about the same time.
Yep. We do have a pendant eastern, so no one going over there right away. If that had been a crystal, I wouldn't be surprised if one of our runners had just rushed eastern with just with a fire rod and a bow.
And plenty of arrows here, so not a problem.
And there's some more bombs for everybody.
We are literally synced up here.
Yeah, not uncommon this early. A shield. More money. Piece of heart. There's some money. Now we have Zora money, and with the Moon Pro, we could sequence break the Waterfall Fairy and get all the items there. With the bow, if they really see something on the ledge, they could do a splash delete. See if either one of these runners decide to do that early. The Zora item is in logic, and with enough money, doing that whole area, you don't want to do it for just the Zora item. You want to kind of put those checks together. But with the Zora item in Logic, not a bad idea to go ahead and do it. Actually, we're not quite at Zora money yet because I forgot we lost $100 from the bottle vendor. But good chance it will be there by the time the decision has to be made.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if like there's like 100 rupees on the race game or 50 rupees if they go ahead and try to grab that. Just
Yeah, I don't know if
see.
you go for the race game item, but I mean, you got 5 in Mini Moldorm, you got 2 at the dam. We have a piece of heart in the library that we're never going to come back for. By the time we would, could be a green 20 by the time we actually get to it. Both going to go ahead and check the race game instead of blind checking it, which is pretty standard. It looks like just 5 rupees, so I definitely don't want that. Top left going to grab that extra 50-50 bomb. That's good game knowledge, knowing where those are. And we're going to head down to the dam. Let's see if they both head to Mini Moldorm, if one of them decides to do an Agina check instead. More bombs. And we have to come back in because we don't have the mirror of the hook shot to get around that. And just 20 rupees. Neither one of them going to pick it up.
Yeah.
And 5 items here in the Mini Moldorm cave.
See what option they use. Looks like bow for both. And bomb.
Yeah, it sounds like you used all 3. A quake, more bombs. A sword is good.
Sword.
Looks like a male upgrade or the silver arrows there in that green 20. But yeah, that sword of course is nice. The quake may or may not be required. It's a to be determined item. Now we're gonna head over to the ice rod cave because there's really not a whole lot else good to do. You might see that Eastern play after this because pretty much is that or head over to Agina. Could sequence break the mountain, but there's not a lot there to do. It's only the one item you get out of logic. Actually, 2 items out of logic and 1 item you can stare at and kind of just regret that you can't get it, or be like, I'll never pick that up. And there's a bug net, which we don't need. Might do. Let's see. Saz is not immediately saving and quitting. Probably gonna do the Zora area. Does he have Zora? He does not, but he could lift this rock and farm a few times. And Top Life not gonna bother. Looks like he'll head straight into Eastern.
Yeah. 3 checks in Saha's Hut, 3 in Eastern. Eastern not totally in logic yet, but
it might be. Depends on where the big key is. With that fire rod, the armor snipes are only not in logic if the big key is vanilla. Okay, we're at 502. Asazas does save and quit though, so that's interesting. I thought maybe he would just go and do the fake flippers from there, but looks like he's got other plans. And that either he might be doing a splash delete, or maybe he's gonna go ahead and follow Top Life over to Eastern.
Yeah, this could be a splash delete in the hobo. Yep.
Yeah, a little surprised. I'm not sure it's faster to do this when you're already at a spot where you can do a regular fake flipper. Especially if you don't get the splash delete first try.
We do find our first bottle in the back of Saha's Hut, though, so that opens up
the sick kid. And Asasa decides to give up on that and is going to head over to Eastern. So that's a bit of a time loss, and if Zora does have something, he loses that advantage he would have had if he had gone over there. And if you want to do it the more traditional fake flipper ways, it's much, much slower to get back there now, so Maybe they find a flute and then it becomes very easy to get back there.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, if Eastern doesn't come up with anything, our in logic checks are is pretty much as far apart as they can get from each other.
Yeah, because even if this is an Aga play, we still need another sword and a lamp or the cape.
Yeah, we're missing too much for Aga to be a consideration right now.
Yeah, we're just a glove or a hammer away from Dark World access at this
Yep.
point, so we're closer to that.
This might be a full clear Eastern Palace. And there's the map. Not what you want to see.
Yeah, the compass to the first chunk, map in the second
Yeah,
chest.
this will be a full clear Eastern Palace. We already saw the map and the compass. There's definitely something on the Armos Knights. Definitely not a nice Eastern Palace. Now, if you get something good, if you get a glove, you get a hammer, then you maybe leave. But if you don't, you're probably going to go ahead and kill the Armos Knights and hope that it's something. And hope that your opponent did it as well.
So, okay, in logic, Vicky, so Armos is in logic.
Yep. And I expect they'll both check the big key chest because you don't want to have to come back here just for that one check later on. Knowing that it's an item.
Oh, well.
There's Mitz. Yeah, now I would consider just leaving. Topplife is going to continue. We'll see if Asazas makes the same decision. Either one's a risk. You keep going and you're risking a time. I mean, these guys finished within a few seconds of each other. I forget what the exact differential, but it was very, very close. And the difference between leaving and staying could be the match. But on the other hand, if there is something here and you have to come back for it, then that's the risk you're taking by leaving. So.
Okay, so our only out of logic check here at Eastern at the vanilla big key chest here. And we get
A bottle.
second box. And top
So
life.
Topplife gonna save and quit out of the bottle. That's interesting. Not gonna do the Armos Knights for the last item.
Okay.
Also interesting that he's going to Link's house. Let's see where he heads. Because with the myths as your Dark World access, you have to go up to Kakariko to get in. Maybe he's gonna go this way by way of the bottle. Oh, sorry, by way of Sick Kit. I don't know if this is faster than going from Sanctuary, but it maybe isn't that much slower. Saz's gonna keep going.
Yeah, if there's something here on Armos Knights, it's going to give Azazas a big lead here, I believe.
It is, but if there's nothing, Topplife gonna have a nice little advantage here from having skipped it.
Absolutely.
And of course, the other possibility, we're way too early to start talking about pedestal, but if it does turn into a pedestal seed, Asazas obviously will have the advantage of having already done one of the ped dungeons.
Fortunately, Sick Kid haven't just a piece of heart today, but we headed to the Dark World for the first time.
Get a map check here.
Maybe.
There it is. Pendant pod, pendant swamp. The green pendant is the pod. Of course, our red crystals are desert and Hera, so that's. Desert is a deceptively tough dungeon to get into, so it may not be that the Pyramid Fairy will be available early. Very nice quick kill from Asazas just for that red rupee, and unfortunately, that Eastern play not going to pay off for him other than those myths. Topplife probably making the right decision having left when he did. Maybe even should have left a little bit earlier. Again, unless this turns into a pedestal seed. And Saz is going to start from Sanctuary, so he's going to go over to the Dark World, no doubt. Now, of course, we have the tough decision of, do you do Thieves Town now or do you put it off? It is a crystal dungeon. It is completable. But problem with Thieves Town this early is that there's that item in the big chest that you can't get to without a hammer, and there's no guarantee that it'll be a map compass or maybe the small key. So
I think Toplife's taking the route here, hoping to find the hammer before it goes into Thieves Town. So
yeah, not even checking the front four. It's actually not uncommon for a runner to go in, check the front four, and then either just plan on leaving after the front four regardless, or base their decision on what they see in the front four, because it can kind of give you an idea of whether or not there's going to be an item in the
yeah,
chest.
if there's like 3 items in the front of Thieves Town, then you're probably not. You probably just go ahead and continue on, and you should be okay. But get our 3rd bottle there at the digging game.
In hard mode, extra bottles, if you can conveniently fill them up, are pretty nice. See, it looks like is he going to grab the smith, or is he going to go into... I think this is a smith grab. We're going to go on a world tour. And Saza says, you know what? I have a sword and a fire rod. I can just go do Skull Woods right now. Not a nice Skull Woods, for sure. I mean, Fighter Sword, Mothula is not exactly the nicest.
7 hearts. It can get a little dicey, but these runners are more than capable of doing that.
Yeah, any runner in this tournament is capable of doing it. Oh, nice boots. But you still have to execute it. It's still non-trivial even for the best runner, so it's going to be a tough fight for Asazas. And meanwhile, Toplife with those boots. Definitely probably happy that he didn't go into Thieves Town, because even if he doesn't find the hammer before he goes there, those boots will just make that dungeon so much quicker.
Absolutely.
No worry that Asaz is going to miss those, but he is going to have... Toplife will have a nice little movement advantage for a little while.
This game is just made to have the boots.
And there's that hammer. Good height cave. And Asaz is going to death warp to the front of the dungeon. Also a Cane of Burna, which is a nice little safety when you haven't done blind yet. Also, we'll open up the spike cave for us when we get up to the mountain. Asaz looks like he's going to check Pyramid Ledge. Can't go into pod with the... I'm not sure if it says you can't go into pod or if he just loses the follower, but either way, you go out of your way to pick up that frog, you're not going to want to lose him, so...
Yeah, he's probably just going to go right at the catfish and save and quit.
This could be a catfish player. He might save and quit off the pyramid. He just bombs there, and he's not saving quitting, so this is probably going to take him all the way to catfish. One of those locations, one of those really trolly locations, that if you get there first and there's something good and maybe your opponent doesn't go there, you can get a nice advantage from that too. And more death warping on Asaza's side. And Asazas really doesn't need to grab that small key. He already had 2 of them. But muscle memory is a thing.
Yep.
That one doesn't take too long. If he can manage to avoid the dealing with the Gibdo key, that'll be really good for him. And nothing at catfish. So Asazas can make some time back if he never goes there. And there's money.
I believe that's the first item of Skull Woods too.
Yeah, I think they wrote both in the back. That is correct. And Toplife gonna follow those boots. For more money. Now let's see what's at Bunk Rocks. More money. So the boots not leading to anything. They could be required for desert, of course.
See the moth bite here. Did get a nice magic refill right before getting in here, so.
Yeah, it's very useful. The fire round moth fight, if you know what you're doing, is not too bad. He's doing it very well. And I think he only used one sword spin. I think everything else was the fire rod there. So very nicely done from asazas. Unfortunately, just some bombs for his trouble, but he does get his first crystal. Taking the crystal lead over topplife. Just a piece of heart from the smith. Now, topplife with that hammer probably does Thieves Town and or Skull Woods, not necessarily. We'll see what order he chooses to do them in. There's probably more that he can get that would be useful in Thieves Town. We know there's nothing in Skull Woods. He doesn't know that. But, you know, 4 items in Thieves Town. A sword makes a much bigger difference in Skull Woods because of the moth fight. So it makes sense to do Thieves Town first, especially now that he knows he doesn't have to worry about it. But no, he's going to go the other way. He's going to do Skull Woods first. So there you go. Not afraid of the fighter sword fight. Not that he should be. And it has the hammer as well. But
hammer helps a little bit if you know what you're doing. But we'll see.
But yeah, I thought maybe try and get those items out of Thieves Town. Asaza's not going to Thieves Town yet either. Looks like he's going to check the bumper ledge here. You see 5 rupees that we are never coming back for.
5.
Good for Asazas that topplife is also going to full clear Skull Woods for nothing in the front. Typically, you would if you know you can beat the dungeon, you'll often just go straight to the back. With a fighter sword, you really want to see if you can find yourself another sword before you go there.
Oops. Yeah. Ooh, got grabbed there before getting that chest, so little time loss.
If he decides to just skip it now, it might not be as bad, but it looks like he's going to go back the other way.
Yeah.
This is a little faster. He's got the keys for it, so it's fine. Top life, just go to the rest of the dungeon. just skip it. It's nothing.
No.
I don't blame him for going back, but I think at this point I might have just said, you know what, let's just see what's in the rest of the dungeon and then take my chances.
Hey, he killed it.
Here we go. Got that all-important map. Oh, that's so terrible. We've all been there, so... Okay, Sasa's gonna be the first one into Thieves Town. Not gonna have those boots. We'll see what decision he makes about going to the back. That's item number 1. A lot of times when I go into Thieves Town in this situation, if I don't get a small key, I'll continue on. Because it's essentially a 50-50 shot of whether you even can get to the big chest, let alone whether there's something in there. And then if I do find the small key, I leave. So we'll see what Sazas decides. He's got an item, and of course the big key has to show up in the front. Otherwise you can't go further.
That was an intentional grab.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Map.
he'd already checked the item. Map and the compass. Okay, that's the... Yeah, I would leave. I would leave. The odds of something not being in the big chest is pretty darn slim. Now, it could be, 10 arrows or 20 rupees or something.
Or it could be the small key itself.
It could still be the small key. But if it's a dungeon item, it can only be the small key. So I guess still essentially a 50-50 because that small key is either there or in Zelda Cell. So yeah, I guess you're 50-50. That's not too bad. Not finding that small key and moving on. Okay, Top Life gonna go to his moth fight. I think he might actually be a little lower in health, because Asaza's got that fairy off the Moldorms. And he also managed to get that full magic drop, so this is actually going to be, even though Top Life has more max hearts, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for him.
20 rupees in the chest of the...
Yep. He does have that hammer, though, so if he knows what he's doing with the hammer, it's only 4 hits.
1, 2, 3...
4 actual hits, because, you know, those spikes
right.
do mess up. Those iframes from the spikes mess up your damage from the hammer. I think he's landed at least 5 or 6 hits at this point. There we go. Okay, we're gonna get to that moment of truth very soon. If this is a small key in Zelda's cell, then there is an item in the big chest. If it is anything else, well, really, if it's an item, because we've seen both map and compass, then Asazas is gonna be safe, won't have to worry about that big chest, will not weigh on him at all. And we're safe. Small key in the big chest. Meanwhile, with Top Life having finished up Skull Woods, we are tied at that crystal count. To answer the question, chat, the small key cannot be on blind, because then you could use your small keys in a way to lock yourself out of things. So, key logic is always about, is there a way that you can use the keys if they're in these locations that you can lock yourself out of things? If there is, then that can't happen. Add a mushroom in the C-shaped house. I didn't realize Top Life hadn't done this earlier.
Oh. Yeah.
Sazas apparently has, because he does have that mushroom. Very nice blind fight from Asazas, staying on script. Gets 10 arrows, so Thieves' Town had nothing useful in it. But hey, it is a crystal. Asazas takes that 2 crystal to 1 lead. He'll not do all those checks that Top Life did going south. May not do Pyramid and Catfish. Yeah, you might choose not to do that, especially when he sees where those boots are. We'll see if he grabs the Smith as well. So where do we even go next after this? Because we don't have access to Desert. We don't have access to Hera. Swamp Palace. Pod is a pendant. We really don't want to go there if we can avoid it. Ice Palace is available, but not in logic, because no flippers. No Mire access. No East Mountain access, so no Turtle Rock. I mean, there's not a lot of good it may just be the pod play, because there's just, I mean, item density might just send you there.
Yeah. I gotta believe it's gonna be a pod play.
Also, purple chest, hammer pegs available for Top Life, will be available for Asazas shortly. Top Life probably at least does hammer pegs, maybe picks up that purple chest as well. A little more out of the way for Asazas at this point.
Yeah, they don't really want to check mushroom without the flute. That's kind of an out of the way check.
Yeah, I mean, with the boots, you can do, you know, it's not too bad. You can do it pretty quickly. You know, do the fake flipper in the pond near Link's house. That's kind of it's like fetch quests like that. Like if they're early, it's always good to check them early if you get them early. And if they're late, then usually there's not a whole lot left, so you check them. But this is kind of in the middle, so I don't know if that you go follow that mushroom right away. Saz is going to get his hammer shortly and going to be relieved that it didn't make a difference for Thieves' Town. He's going to... No, I was thinking of saving and quitting. What's our plan? What's the plan here?
He's like, oh wait, I have hammer. I can go north now.
This could be a pyramid catfish, could be pyramid pod, could just be pod. It's definitely heading in those directions. And of course, pod, much of it out of logic because we don't have a lamp yet. If you're skipping lamp logic, you're usually pretty comfortable with that, as long as that's the only thing you're skipping. Like, to Asaz's mind, it could be like a lamp and catfish to do whatever you need to do at pod. And that's definitely not a location I would go out of my way for a lamp. But he is going to head over there. Because also to his mind, it could be, you know, just about anything else that we're missing.
And we're just looking for anything else that would get us to our next destination that we need to do.
Yeah, there are no crystal dungeons available to be completed in logic. We can do Ice Palace out of logic, and that's about it. And, you know, with Swamp being a pendant, you maybe just do Ice.
Well, we can't do Swamp without the flippers anyway, so...
Well, yeah, exactly. With Swamp being a pendant, you don't care whether... Like, you don't want the flippers to show up.
Yeah.
Because, you know, with Swamp being a pendant, so you're very happy if they just don't show up. Now, if Swamp were a crystal and you need those flippers, be a little more hesitant to do an ice play before it. You know, if you're just breaking around those flippers, you're going to be pretty happy with it.
Exactly. And we're going to get that hammer pack check here. Top life, possibly grab the purple chest.
And this makes sense for top left. He's right here. Asazas, it's going to be out of his way to come back here, so it might be a while before he does this. So if this is something good, another place where top life can gain an advantage. It's just a heart piece.
Yeah,
so no advantage to be had.
Gonna try that fake flip, the splash lead again.
Right, we never did go to Zora.
No.
So this might be a whole chain of things. He might do the Zora play now and into Ice Palace, or he might do... Because what you can do, actually, I don't know if this works once you get to the Zora item, because I think it puts you back in the water. But you could definitely check the item on the ledge and run back. If you get your water walk out of the waterfall fair, hey, that's a nice sword.
Okay.
You can, now we just get this fake flipper, which is usually pretty easy because it's right on the screen transition. But yeah, you could water walk out of the... and just a shield over in the purple chest. So if Asazas avoids those checks, he'll be very happy he did. Top life also going to check Agina. But yeah, if you can walk back into the portal, head into Ice Palace. But the logical thing is Zora, so we'll see what he does. And he does have the splash delete available to him to get the ledge item. We see that he can do it. It is a trickier one though. Nothing at Agina. So Top Life now has to make some decisions. I mean, there's a good chance progression is just sitting there in pod, but it could literally just be flippers for Ice Palace. Top Life can turn in that mushroom. And turning it now off of save and quit means that if this is nothing, he can come back. He can reset and get that mushroom back, so a possible fake powder in the future could happen.
Hey, King Zora, what do you got?
Nothing. And Asaz is going to save and quit.
Alright, Mushroom, what do you got?
A sword. Okay.
Oh.
So we both runners have a... I feel like it's a little more likely that Asazas gets that Master Sword than Top Life gets the, or gets that Mushroom Sword than Top Life gets the, Hobo Sword, but I could definitely see either one getting it. Or we might, and you know, there's still a fourth sword out there that we may or may not find.
True.
They might both get that fourth sword, and neither one get the one that the other currently has. Top Life gonna head over to the Zora area. You'll see if he does a splash delete to get into the waterfall ferry. Yeah, looks like he's gonna go for that. Asaz's checking the boots checks that we know are nothing. Both runners doing things that we know are nothing and they don't know is nothing.
So while they do that, we always like to remind our folks here in chat to give our runners a follow. They're putting out a great show for us today. We really appreciate everything they're doing, and also to shout out to our Our tracker today, 2D Toes, thank you for pushing those buttons for us, keeping us in the know.
We got a lumberjack check, just 100 rupees, not in logic anyway, but if it'd been something, with that fire rod, I could definitely see sequence breaking that. But yeah, so do we sequence break into ice and hope that the flippers are our progression in pod to get into ice, or do we go into pod? It looks like Asaza's going to go into dark world, so that tells me he's going to just go ahead and follow the logical path.
And looks like Toplife's going to get that temper sword.
Yep.
Okay.
He'll have a bit of a sword advantage for a while, although at this point, it's so little to check. I'm a little surprised Asazas hasn't gone and turned in that mushroom yet, but he might be trying to wait for that flute.
We know the flute's out there somewhere. You just gotta find it.
Yeah, flute will be required to beat the sea. We do have to do Misery Mire. And it looks like Toplife also gonna head over to the pod play. I would have liked, I guess without the Cane of Samaria, that's probably, yeah, if you have the Cane of Samaria, it makes ice a little more enticing, and it might be what's keeping them out. I really like the idea of going to Ice Palace and hoping that your pod item just gets you into ice, but we don't know. It could be a mirror, it could be... actually, at this point, mirror, flute, or hookshot would get us stuff. And of course, flippers. So something like that's gotta be here. And it is a green pendant, so it'll be interesting to see if either or both of them finish the dungeon this time. That was... What are we... Asazas, yeah, people were asking earlier whether these guys hovered. Well, I think Asazas answered that question.
That's a very tough hover that he was trying to do, though.
Yeah, but what it does tell me is that he's good enough to do the Moldorm gap, so if he doesn't find a hookshot, he's going to be fine. I don't know about Toplife.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is one of the most difficult hovers, because you have to change directions and get over the rail. I talk as if I could actually hover. I don't. But this is what I've been told. That's all our bottles, too.
Saza's headed to the Bullock side here. Find the compass. Hooray!
And the small key. Now, the fact that Toplife didn't go for that hover doesn't answer the question whether he can do it or not. Because... Asaza's obviously in that middle of the road area where I'll go for the really tough one, but I don't need it. But I won't go try too hard for it. And Toplife, maybe just of the... If I absolutely have to hover the gap, I will. But I'm not going to go for this really hard one.
Yeah.
And of course, we see enough Moldorm bouncing in the tournament this year that could also be a possibility for him.
Yeah. It's so weird that that's just... Oh, there's flute.
Here we go. That's our progression. It doesn't... What is that? Okay, it opens the mire area. Of course, we can't do mire without a cane. And if it's not Quake, we can't even get in. It doesn't give us desert, because we don't have a mirror. It gives us logical mountain access, but just puts one item actually in logic, because the old man item is still not in logic until we get a lamp. Can't get over to the east side at all. So, you see, it has been very breadcrumby. I'm going to give you one item that opens a handful of locations that you now have to go to. It will incentivize Asazas to turn in that mushroom, though, so we'll probably get that tempered sword pretty soon. Of course, now we're in the out-of-logic dark maze, but you're not going to leave this behind when you're already in Pendant Pod. The question is, does anyone kill Helmasaur for the green pendant?
So the rest of the pod is out of logic at this point. Bicky was in the Dark Maze, so...
Okay, Asaza's gonna save and quit. That makes a lot of sense. Doing an out-of-logic green pendant, that's a lot of time for possibly no reward. I did not see if there was something on Helmasaur. Asaza's gonna run over and activate that flute. And we'll probably see a mire area check and a mountain check. Our tracker, 2D Jones, tells us he's pretty certain that Helma has something. That wouldn't surprise me. Still a tough bet to make right now.
And you see Topplife making the same decision. Go ahead and save and quit after getting the big chest.
Yeah, and also without that mirror, you'd have to death warp in the dark, or walk out, and you know, any of those things is even slower. Yeah, we're gonna see that mushroom turn in, as expected.
Yeah, so both runners be on Tempered Sword, which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah, not much. Topplife didn't get any real good use of that sword advantage, so. And we're gonna pretty much be converging on our next places pretty quickly. Asaza needs to let go of some bees before he can buy some blue potions.
He had 2 gold bees. How can you just let gold bees go like that?
Easily. You push the Y button with the bottle selected.
But Gannon, don't they help? Have a little companion.
Oh, there's a hook shot that we can't get.
Okay.
Oh, that's sad. So mirror will open a lot. We will get a hook shot, so hovering no longer an issue.
Okay.
Actually, I take it back. The mirror does not have to show up. Actually, no, now it does, because the mirror is needed to get over to the east side, or the hook shot, required to get over to the east side. So now mirror has to show up, even though Swamp is a pendant dungeon.
That's true, yes.
Okay, Asaza's gonna go back to Mire area. Topplife looks like he's just gonna... It looks like this is gonna be a Spike Cave play. Yeah. With the blue cane, this is in logic. It's a really crappy check. I did not see the medallion there.
I want to say Bombos?
I see chat saying Bombos.
Oh, Flippers.
Hey, Flippers. Hey, now we can logically go into Ice Palace. Let's go.
Yay!
And it looks like that is the next step in this chain. Now, the good news is, it's you didn't sequence break an unneeded item in pod. You need that flute, so. Sazas wants something here.
He wants some
he wants sword beams.
Yeah.
No one ever wants sword beams. No, that's not true. Going into Ice Palace, he's got a couple of bottles of blue that he bought, and I think they picked up a green at one point. So he's pretty good on potions. We are in a hookless Swamp Palace. I'm gonna guess this won't be hookshot locked, but we'll see. So we have to do this without the hook and without the cane. Which is why I always say, make sure you can do those Ice Palace, still do that Ice Palace bomb jump, because you do not want to have to do this the intended way. But yeah, you see Topplife not having those sword beams has a little more trouble. Without the hook shot in here, There's some nice places to have those sword beams, both in that room with the key and also in the conveyor room. And Asaza's executing the big Stalfos room very nicely. I like seeing that strat. We don't get to see that very much anymore. It's really nice to see.
And into the Ice Palace bomb jump room.
Like a good setup. There we go.
I think he's done that before.
I would hope so. Topplife also executing the big Stalfos very nicely. And now we actually get to start checking items because that takes that long to get to that point in Ice Palace when you have to do it the... I won't even say the normal way, but the I'll call it the NMG way because they don't get to use Icebreaker, which is not even correct either because they never go to this part of the dungeon. But yeah,
that is true. Yeah, you don't need the big key out of Ice Palace, so
not when you do a bomb jump, you don't, and that's just a compass. So far we've seen a small key and a compass.
Yay.
And rupees. So that tells me we are hookshot locked because the big key is available. It seems a little confusing. The big key being available makes it hookshot locked, but again, it has to do with using your small keys in bad ways. If you have the big key, there are 2 locked doors, regular key doors that are behind the big key door. And if you have the big key available, you can get to those doors and you can use your small keys in a way that locks you out of everything else. So we are absolutely hookshot locked here. So one of these items, either one of these items that is available and is never hookshot locked, has got to be something. So either over here in Ice Tea, which is where Asaza's heading right now, possibly in the Freezer room. Of course, one of those has to be the big key as well. So it's going to be one of those 2 locations. Or someplace completely different. Because we see 10 arrows as our first item in Ice Tea.
Hey. Probably gonna see a little bomb jump here into the freezer room.
Yeah, this is one of the easiest bomb jumps in the game, so it should not be a problem for Asazas, or if Topplife decides to do a route like this. There's our big key. Without the hook shot, he's not going to be able to open that big chest from here, so it looks like...
Okay.
I feel like there's an item in there. Oh, he's out of bombs. Oh, that's a terrible spot to be out of bombs.
Oh, no.
Because there's a really good chance that your progression is in that exact location. Topplife with 3 bombs. Should be okay to get over there. That's really unfortunate.
So yeah, if you're rooting for Asazas here, you just want to put the 3rd item up here on Cold Stare.
And to answer the question, chat, no, that does not hardlock Asazas. Logically, it might, but there's lots of ways around Ice Palace that you don't have to worry about that logic. We're going to see what this item is on Toplife's side right now.
Ooh.
We're also some Mario lock, and it's a book.
It's the book.
Yeah.
Oh no.
More breadcrumbs.
Oh no.
So that's a hook shot for Toplife. I don't think you've seen it yet. Also, be able to do Desert Palace.
And
Asaza's
East Death Mountain too.
Has to go back in.
Yikes.
He needs to get bombs first. Not sure. Let's see. There's got to be a pot he knows of that has bombs in here. But he knows his situation. Unfortunately, if he had a mirror, he could mirror to the light world and grab the bomb refill right there. But no mirror.
Yeah.
To answer the question, chat, when having the flute does not open Desert Palace unless you also have the mirror, and we do not have a mirror.
You know, we might not even see the mirror.
No, we have to see the mirror. Oh no, yeah, hookshot's available. We do not have to see the mirror with that book showing up.
Yeah.
So we had to see a mirror or a book, and now we have a book. So the mirror could be in GT still, because Swamp being a pendant dungeon, and hookshot will give us that East Death Mountain access. So I misspoke earlier when I said we'd have to see a mirror. It was actually a mirror or book.
I believe there is another bomb in this spot up. Oh no,
There is not.
Okay. Hey.
This is bad. Asazas needs a bomb, and I don't know where he's gonna get it. In vanilla, he'd be fine because those doubtfuls just drop bombs like they're going out of style. Like you always get a bomb from them. But of course, with randomized prize packs, not the case here. And Asazas still no bombs, and can't do a bomb just gonna hover.
Yep.
He didn't need to leave the switch that way, to be honest.
You know, I was just thinking too, if he just hovered that gap instead of bomb jumping like he normally would, he would have had the bomb. But
yeah, not it's not always easy to think that far ahead, and it's interesting because I think part of it really comes down to this is we've all gotten so used to doing the icebreaker that you don't really think about your bombs going into ice palace the same way you used to. I think there might be bombs under one of these. Yeah, there we go. There's the bomb he needs. But this is a huge time loss for Asazas that he can't really afford. This is going to give topplife a big lead. Now, we do have a bombos for Meyer that we need. We do have an ice rod for Turtle Rock that we need. We do have a cane missing. All of which could be in really bad locations. So by no means is this over, but definitely advantage topplife right now.
yeah, it's unfortunate. Game. There we go.
Topplife gets his hook shot. We get a happy Yoshi with it.
So happy.
Saza's gonna... He hasn't done the mountain yet, so he might be doing that first. Oh, he's just gonna flute. Never mind, I'm dumb. And gonna run straight over towards that Desert Palace play. Looks like we didn't get much else in Desert, though.
Yeah, I saw a piece of art in the big chest. I did not see the right side.
He might not have done the right side, just depending on where everything lays out. There's still a possibility of being both a map and a compass.
Yeah, the big key was here in the chest.
So we were logically boots locked, but not actually boots locked.
Yeah.
Life finishing up land doesn't quite get the one cycle, but it does finish it up very quickly afterwards. And we do see that there is an item on the right side. There's that happy Yoshi picking up his fourth crystal.
How can you not have a good day after seeing Yoshi spawn?
I know, right? It's my favorite pickup crystal sprite, you know, or pickup item sprite. It looks like he's just gonna skip that right side, which, you know, it's one item versus like the whole world over here on East Death Mountain. So.
Yeah, there's like what 80 some checks up here on Death Mountain or something like that.
Yeah,
I
something
lost
like
count.
that. And if you're still missing stuff by the time you go back to do Meyer, wouldn't be that bad to go into that, do those desert checks at that point, if you have a mirror. If you don't, then you might never get back there, and you just hope it's nothing. Although at this point, you might not want to see a mirror. Be nice to avoid Swamp Palace. far, not a whole lot in Paradox Cave.
Okay.
And
Nothing.
still not a whole lot in Paradox Cave. Blinking, you missed the Landmo fight on Asaza's side, so very nicely done.
What happened? I blinked. What I missed?
Landmo is dead, so
Oh,
there you go.
Wow. Okay.
Asaza's also gonna leave. And topplife heading over to Hera, I think. There is a thought process that says, don't do Hera now, try and leave it till last, because that's very convenient. But we're still missing a Bombos for Misery Mire, we're still missing a Ice Rod, we're still missing Kane. And this is essentially 4 items, because it's also the second red crystal. And we have a big key, so we don't have to worry about... we could Hera pot for save a little time, but not going to save a ton of time because big key's not sitting there in vanilla. There's a red cane. That's useful.
Okay.
Okay, topplife is going to go ahead and do the Hera pot. Gets it quickly. This will save him time. If he doesn't, this will be about time neutral. Or if he... Yeah, this will... Yeah, that's probably saved a little bit of time there. It doesn't save a ton of time when the big key is not vanilla. Of course, when the big key is vanilla, it saves a ton of time unless you have to go back in because there's an important item on the big chest. So in that situation, comes with a risk. Mirror and Kane! Hey, any Swamp Palace, anyone?
No.
Book was definitely hard required. Because you weren't using that mirror to get that hook shot. And this, oh man, if this comes down to a good old-fashioned Ice Rod hunt, I'm going to be very disappointed. But we still need Bombos for Mire, so we still have 2, although that's not much better than an Ice Rod hunt. So we still have two nasty items to find.
Ooh.
Oh, Topplife! No! Also, Asazas with no bombs is not going to be able to check the bottom of Paradox Cave. There are a couple 50-50 bomb rocks you could have picked up, but did not.
And realizing that, he's like, oh.
Yeah, you know, this could save him time, because there was nothing in Paradox Cave, so maybe he just never goes back.
True.
And not common that an hour plus into a race we're still worrying about bombs, but such is the situation here.
And now he's gonna run back over, check Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, he's gonna open up the portal there. Hope it's Quake, so you can open up Turtle Rock. If it's not, then either way, you're gonna check Hookshot and Cave and Super Bunny Cave first because, well, you're missing an Ice Rod. Hey, there's some bombs. Topplife doesn't need them though.
And these dead rocks being dead rocks, always fun.
Always. I do think that if we can get into Turtle Rock, I think we go in. After Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny.
Yeah.
We cannot.
Okay.
Wow, so the absolute worst items to have to go look for are the items that we need. The Ice Rod, Bombos to get into Misery Mire, and Ether to get into Turtle Rock. And that Quake, completely useless. But first, let's see if there's a key under the doormat. Also, that mirror opening up a ton of locations, including Swamp Palace. Hookshot Cave not helping us whatsoever.
Hey, lots of money. We'll see.
Oh, Asaza's missing the pixel on the dash through the second to top floor in Hera.
All right, last chance here. Super Bunny Cave. What do you got? 50 rupees. 20 rupees.
Nothing. So East Death Mountain, dark and light, nothing.
Nothing.
A whole lot of nothing. That's like 11 checks, 12 checks, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Wow. We got one more left. Spiral Cave. Are you gonna save us, Spiral Cave? Save us from having to do the mirror checks? Give
Do
us
the
something
funny.
right here?
Do the funny. Just do it.
Honestly, Bombos would be really nice here, so you go back to the mire area. Ether sets you on the, do I go into Turtle Rock without the ice rod? Or it's just 20!
Or it's, the mountain's completely
Wow.
useless.
Completely empty mountain.
Nothing.
The answer check, yes, Lumberjack has been checked. I think only Asazas has checked it. Top life, you're gonna head into Swamp, or you can just do some mirror checks. And Mirror was, they just got Mirror and Hera. Hera was stacked. It was a Cane and Mirror. Okay, top left can do mirror checks. Non-swamp mirror checks first. Yes, and to answer chat, yes, every pen in dungeon is beatable. And those 3 items that we're missing, 100% could be on pet, so your dream is alive. Yeah, that's right. And of course, Top Life having already done the Smiths, Asazas might choose to do those. We'll be able to do it a little faster. We're gonna see Bombo's tablet now.
Vanilla Bombos?
Or
Vanilla
bombs.
or
Like, take 2 letters off and you're vanilla. Okay, now do you go into Swamp or do you go do Graveyard Ledge? I think you go into Swamp at this point.
Yeah, I think you gotta go with density here.
And and also, I mean, you're just missing 3 items. And like I said, the 3 worst items to be missing. And to be clear, as far as medallions go, it's whichever medallion you need if you don't have it.
Yeah, you gotta follow that mirror, I think.
And I wouldn't be surprised if either one of these guys did end up doing a ped check at some point. Because although Top Life is a little more incentivized to do the check since he has not cleared Eastern, Asazas, having already cleared Eastern, may choose to head straight over to Swamp to check it out. And then at which point he'll have 2 pendant dungeons down, and then Pod would just be 2 items because green pendant. And we think there's an item on Helmless Sword, though we're not sure.
Yeah.
And some half magic sitting there in Swamp Palace, which is a nice luxury item.
Okay.
Not what you're looking for, but hey, at least you got something.
Nice fairy drop there. He's getting low on health.
Yeah, Swamp Palace, you know, on Green Mail is a lot more dangerous than it seems. There's a lot of little bits of damage you take here and there, and next thing you know, you're down to 2 or 3 hearts. Bowser's gonna go straight for Swamp Palace, not gonna do the other mirror checks. And we'll have to make the see whether they decide to go left side first or not. Let's see what this other item is first. If this is not a map or compass, I think you head to the back. If it is, normally I'm not a big, you know, in a crystal situation, I always like to go to the back first, but in a pendant situation, it feels like it's a little more common in pendant situations to have those items you need on the right side. But we'll see what Top Life and Asazas decide to do.
There was an item there in the compass chest, so...
Yeah, so the worst feeling in the world, and we've all done it at least once, and I've done it exactly once, because never again, is going over to that left side and finding a map and a compass. You know, going there first and finding a map and a compass. Doesn't matter whether it's a pendant or a crystal at that point. Nice diver down from top life. We do see a big key, so there's going to be at least one item to come back in for. Could be in the big chest, though. Sometimes you'll see runners backtrack and pick up that big key, big chest now. But
it's
good that he didn't, because that map says that there's going to be at least 2 items. Yoshi can swim in Link to the Past, but he can't swim in Super Mario. I guess he can in the underwater stages. I'm thinking of the ones where where if you fall in the water and you get sucked down, you're just dead.
Just give Yoshi some flippers, he'd be fine.
And just bombs there. Top Life getting his pendant. I think you have to go back in.
Yeah, there's 2 items left, so I think you kind of do.
Yeah, he's going back in. I'm definitely more inclined to go back into a pendant swamp than a crystal swamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game gave us all the things it needed to make this happen. We haven't seen anything yet, so. Yeah, in chat, we're pointing out that maybe asazas skips it because he definitely has to feel behind after what happened at Ice Palace. And he's also been cutting some corners. A little more so than Top Life, although they both skipped that one item in Desert.
Yeah, I missed the big chest there in Swamp. I was looking at Zaza's awesome kill on Arcus.
Yeah, it was bombs.
Oh.
Oh, Saz is gonna go back in. Yeah, 2 items is too, at this point, too strong. Okay, we're gonna shortly find out whether it was correct to come back in here or not. Either way, you don't want this to be weighing on your mind.
Yeah, we know sitting here, it's not going to make a difference because they're both doing it, so.
Yeah, in terms of if it's nothing, yep. If it's something, then it's good they went back in. And of course, we have to wait a little bit longer. Stupid compass.
Oh!
Ether. Oh, he opens up Turtle Rock without the ice rod.
Oh, no!
Oh, okay. Okay, so Top Life looks like he's gonna go turn in the big bomb. I think that's a really smart play. This is a really good time to do it. But I think you just go to TR at this point and hope there's an ice rod and at least a bombos.
I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah. Top Life in a slightly better position, just because he's checked more stuff overall. He's done a couple of those mirror checks already. The asazas has not. Unless this is fed. We still could have an ice rod or a bombos on ped. Asazas having already just done Eastern. Top Life would have to do that. We do see Top Life going for the bomb dupe and getting it. Very nice. Basically, you let the bomb go and then do a screen transition as the timer goes to 0. And it should reappear when you finish that screen transition.
Hey, what we got? Oh, bottle check first. Okay.
On top left, we don't care about this. This is what we care about. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Saza's gonna do
Nick-
some of these mirror checks at top left for AJ. We'll see if he also does the pyramid fairy check. Where is top life going? Ah, graveyard ledge. And this could be I'm going to do all my mirror checks before I head into Turtle Rock, because I can save, I am more likely to be able to save my mirror portal if I don't find an ice rod there, if I don't have mirror checks.
That's true.
And this is the last one for him. No, I take it back. There's a checkerboard cave. We'll see if he does that first, if this is not a useful item.
Feels like you wouldn't check checkerboard cave until... Oh, lamp.
Oh, hi, Lamp!
Okay.
Hey, we're in logic! Yay!
Yay, we did it.
Oh my god, that lamp logic is so bad. And now chat's like, well, hey, yeah, Pet's really in logic now because we have a lamp.
That is very much in
Oh,
logic
yes, and he
now.
even picked up the old man. I didn't realize. And with the flute, you can skip it, and it wasn't in logic, so.
Yeah.
This is also going to turn in that big bomb. We'll see if he also goes and does Graveyard Ledge and picks up his lamp. If this is one of our items that we need, I'm going to laugh. It is not.
You don't know. They might need that or something. Probably not.
Chat asking what was the logic to the lamp. I mean, here's the thing. They didn't get anything from their sequence breaking. The only actual sequence break we saw was the big key chest in Eastern and the items in the Dark Maze in Pod, which none of which had anything.
Yeah.
So we weren't that far out of logic to begin with.
So yeah, it looks like they're going to Turtle Rock here.
Yep, Asaza says, I don't need no stinking lamp. I'm just going straight to Turtle Rock. And in Turtle Rock, it doesn't save that much time, because the rail maze, if you know what you're doing on the rail maze, it's not going to go any slower without that lamp. Saves a lot more time in the other dungeons.
Just missing the ice rod and bombos. Oh, something's got to be here though. I think one of the two.
Oh, yep. Let's see. Yeah, I think. Oh, well, almost has to be here. We do have 3 outstanding checks: Helmosaur, Green Pendant, and the item that they both left in Desert. But yeah, I would bank on it being here in Turtle Rock. And of course, head being open. And checkerboard, right? No one did checkerboard.
Checkerboard, yeah.
Yeah, which I think... Yeah, if Top Life was thinking in terms of that mirror portal, I think that's a bit of a mistake. Hey, there's Bombos.
Oh, the Bumble? All right.
I would consider just leaving and doing Mire now. Especially with all the stuff the Top Life's checked. But he's gonna keep going.
Yeah, if Ice Rod's not in here, you have to climb the mountain again a second time anyway, and...
I mean, you can try and save your mirror portal and hope that the ice rod's not in Checkerboard Cave if you're Top Life. Sazas has a much less clean path to saving a mirror portal because he's got Graveyard Ledge as well. He's also got the Smith Chain, which doesn't strictly need a mirror, but dang, that's a slow check if you don't have a mirror.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, regardless, you're going to Mire next. Asaza's gonna leave. I really like this call from Asaza's.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and get that In the way.
If the ice rod is not here and you go back, if the ice rod's in Turtle Rock and you go back after you've done Mire, then you really don't lose much. But if it isn't here, and it's on his path somewhere in Mire or maybe Checkerboard Cave, which he's gonna. I would have checked Checkerboard Cave first, but either way, if he runs into the ice rod before heading back up to TR, definitely advantage asazas. He makes up a lot of that time that he lost. And the Yoshi egg makes an appearance. I love the Yoshi egg.
The egg is happy.
Yoshi's just such a happy sprite. I just love the Yoshi sprite. The only bad thing is in hard mode we don't get to see the different color Yoshis. We're stuck on green.
That's the one you see the most of anyway. Used to.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. I think it was a killer app that was playing with the soda can sprite, and it really made me sad that weren't going to get to see the other soda cans.
Yeah.
And of course, when you don't want it, the God Mire. So if so that'll save Topplife a ton of time if he gets the ice rod. Shovel!
No!
Oh!
Why?
Quest. No! If
Why?
that had been the ice rod, then there would have been a true God Mire. You get the big key and the item you need right at the same time. But
Why?
no, Zaz is gonna have to go ahead. I mean, he could finish the dungeon and hope that the other items on Vidi, which wouldn't be a bad play, and then choose to come back in or not come back in. Is not going to do that. Is going to clear this. There's the other item. So you know what? That's as good as it gets.
Yeah.
If you're full clearing Mire.
But shovel, come on.
Yeah, you're gonna have to check that now. It could be worse. It could be a shovel on Laser Bridge. We did see that in a race a week ago, I think.
Powder and Turtle Rock.
Another fetch quest. Okay, so the ice rod is either on Magic Bat or at the dig spot. If it's at Magic Bat, Topplife wins. If it's at the dig spot, then asazas wins. I mean, how much more simple can we get? I said it still could be in several other places, of course.
Yes. This has been quite a seed.
Yeah, this seed has been breadcrumb after breadcrumb the entire way. We're gonna give you the next step, but it's not gonna open up a whole lot. And the one time that we had a bunch of stuff open up was East Death Mountain, both dark and light, having absolutely nothing. A whole lot of nothing.
Last chance here for Topplife, find that ice rod. Pick the safety portal just in case. Or did he find all 5 items?
Have we not seen a map and compass? Because that's the only reason why. We've seen all 5 items, and you just have to check the last chest, and it's not here. And let's see if Topplife can save that mirror portal.
So he's gonna check
do the
powder.
Magic Bat first. Yeah, that's where you're definitely doing this first. And Asaz is going into the Vidi fight.
Batman, what you got?
Money.
$300.
Now, Topplife has never did Zora, so I said earlier that Asazas is behind in terms of actual checks, but that's not entirely true. Topplife having never done Zora, Asazas did that. See where Topplife heads to next. Probably Mire. I mean, you gotta go to Mire next, right? Okay,
yeah.
now Asazas probably checks checkerboard here. Yeah, he's got the mirror out. He maybe even checks the other desert item.
Yeah, I think if checkerboard doesn't have it, I think you could easily go back in the desert.
You're right here. You're never gonna be closer. I think I go into desert and check that last item. And then if I'm asazas, I might be check pad. Oh, we still have heart containers left. It might be sanctuary.
Wow.
Nope,
Okay.
he's not going back into desert.
So I was gonna
Oh, a
check
dig
that
spot.
shovel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dig spot. Top left gonna have the exact same mire that Asazas had, most likely.
Shovel. I saw it. Oh.
Heart container. Okay, where are we going next, Asazas? Oh, he's going back in Turtle Rock. This is not the right answer.
No.
Oh, yeah. I don't. I mean, I know the answer is not there, but I actually really don't like the play from Asazas having already abandoned Turtle Rock the first time. I think you've got to stick with that.
I mean, I can understand from his standpoint. This has the most checks. It could be here, but having to climb the mountain 3 separate times into a rock now. Yeah.
Even just the potential of having to climb it 3 separate times. Like, if you think of it from the perspective, what did my opponent do? The answer is if my opponent did Turtle Rock and didn't leave it, then I'm way behind. If Ice Rod is here, and if my opponent left it and it's here, then he's probably not going back there either. So yeah, I really don't like this choice.
I mean, what do we got left? We got the item in desert.
Item in desert. We have Helmosaur, Green Pendant, Ped.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Asazas has the Zora checks. Top Life has the... Sorry, Asazas did the Zora checks, has Smith Chain. Top Life has to do the Zora checks and has done the Smith Chain. Slight advantage on Top Life side there, just because you can do the Zora checks without the mirror.
Yeah,
and you can do the Smith Chain without the mirror, but ugh, it's a terrible location. Also, Graveyard Light's still outstanding for Asazas.
Right.
Does not have that lamp. Life about to go into his Vidi fight. And of course, Asazas has already cleared Eastern, so again, if the answer's Ped, advantages Asazas still. Top Life could have switched to that Kane burner to help him out for the Vidi fight. Okay, Top Life, where are you headed now? And are you going to try and keep that mirror portal? Oh, he hasn't gotten the second item yet. So this is an extra time sink for Top Life, because that second item was in such an easy location. It's pretty much as good as it gets. Outside of getting your second item and it being your Ice Rod. There'll be a little bit of time given back to Asazas. And Top Life even not even to go there first. He's gonna go check the big chest first. Which, as you can see, you can't do the other chest here because of the switch being the wrong direction. We'll see if Top Life goes back into desert. That would also cost him his mirror portal, though. Unless, yeah, no, he could kill himself and run back here with the book, but that's very inefficient. So
yeah,
I don't think if you're gonna check desert right away, I think you just sacrifice the portal. Otherwise, I would just save it for later. Okay, Top Life gets his other item. Put them at 14 hearts. No more hearts for you, Top Life. Not sure if
Okay.
Asazas is missing a heart container or
And
heart pieces.
rip the portal.
Yep,
He's
no
still in
portal.
the desert.
This is a check we have not seen. This could be the answer. And man, if this is the answer in your top life, you're feeling way behind, even though as it turns out, you're way ahead.
Yeah, okay, let's just put it in the worst possible spot here in desert.
I mean, it's a cape. Okay,
It's not useful.
I mean, it's a nice item. It helps in the Ganon fight if you get in trouble. It would have been nice for Viddy. Top Life could have used the cape and kept doing sword spins.
Well, he can check checkerboard cave now too, since he's lost that
Yeah,
portal.
the mirror portal's gone. You're checking checkerboard. Runner's going to be basically even at this point. If Asazas can avoid the Smith chain and keep that mirror portal, that'll be to his advantage. But he has it on Graveyard Ledge. So we're down to Green Pendant, Helmosaur item, and Pedestal. Is that it? Is that what we're down to?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Good old-fashioned ice rod hunts. I hate them. Okay, Asazas is going to do the powder. Makes total sense.
Okay, yeah.
I'd really like to see him check Ped next. I'd really like to see Top Life check Ped. Oh, he's just going to do Pod Eastern. And you do it in that order, because you're going to do Pod, you'll get the 2 items with the green pendant, and then if that's not the answer, then you're pretty much down to Ped. I mean, he's got the Zora area, but he looks like he's just not going to go back to that.
Yeah, I think if you do Pod Eastern here, you're pretty much committing to Ped.
You're committing to Ped. Okay, where's Asaza going to flip to? Not going to do Smith Chain, it looks like. No, flip to 3. This could be the Ped check, or it could be the Smith Chain.
Which way he runs up, it's Smith Chain.
This looks like Smith Chain, so he's going to lose his mirror portal, most likely. It's unfortunate for Asazas. We know this is not the answer. And it will cost him the mirror portal unless he wants to do this in a really, really slow fashion.
Well, I mean, which one's slower? Mirror the Smith or save the portal up on Turtle Rock?
Well, not doing the Smith is the faster thing.
Well, we know that, but
I don't know. One time when I tried to save a mirror portal, the answer was Moth. But I also had Smith Chain. I said, well, I'm just going to sacrifice the mirror portal and do the Smith Chain. And after that, now it's like, okay, I'm doing everything I can that does not involve mirror first, no matter what.
yeah, it looks like he's going to lose his portal here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the time difference is it's going to be, I mean, the amount of time, I think it would be longer to try and do this without the mirror than it would be to try and save that portal. So it's unfortunate that again, you know, try and do all those mirror checks before you head over to Turtle Rock in that situation. Top Life just had the one, really. I mean, I guess 2 if you count the desert check. Sazas with the entire Smith Chain and still Graveyard Ledge to go.
Yeah, this could lead him up that way, hopefully. Okay, we're getting Bob's chats on Helma for some reason. I mean, I know it's only 4. Okay.
And the thing that Top Life hasn't done, the Zora area, probably not going to get done at this point. He's already committed to Pedestal.
Yeah. Okay. Helma, what do you got?
Is this going to be a pet check?
No!
Oh, it is the Ice Rod. Oh.
We did it.
Okay, so, well.
1 hour, 34 minutes in. Top Life was in go mode.
Yeah, we're going to get a pet check, and Asaza's going to find out that it ain't there. So, huge advantage to Top Life at this point. Just a little piece of love. So Sasa's gonna have to go over to Pod now. I think that's all he has left.
All you had to do
Oh,
was
he's
just...
still got Graveyard Ledge. I mean, you could do this. Yeah, he's gonna do Graveyard Ledge. He'll get his lamp. I mean,
Hey. Hey. Yeah. Lamp. Who doesn't love lamp?
I'm a big fan of the lamp.
I am too.
If I don't have to do dark rooms. Hey, sign me up. Now you have to be able to do dark rooms because lamp can be in really dumb spots sometimes. But
What, like Graveyard Ledge? Yeah.
like Graveyard Ledge, exactly. It's a pretty dumb spot for it, but as far as the Asazas is concerned, this could be his ice rod. Unfortunately for him, it is not. He grabs his lamp. His only choice now is going to be to go to Pod.
Or Spike Cave?
Spike Cave. Yeah, Topplife did this a long time ago. Topplife, going through Turtle Rock is actually pretty quick at this point. You don't have to do all the extra stuff. Not as quick as if you could have saved that mirror portal, but definitely not as bad as if you didn't. And Toplife's got to be feeling pretty good at this point because that is such a bad location. Like, when Pendant Pod has something, you don't typically continue all the way to Helma, even if it's green pendant.
True.
I mean, yeah, the one thought is, well, if my opponent did it, I've lost. But if your opponent had done it, chances are they're already done. So you gotta be feeling pretty okay. Not great, because there were a lot of things that he checked before that. And it was a savable portal, too. As it turns out, given that location. Also, shoutouts to literally getting everything in the game. Because we have 14 hearts, we have... Oh, we don't have a blue boomerang. I take it back. We're missing a blue boomerang.
Jeez.
Yeah, Toonie Tones, your job is not done. They might yet find that blue boomerang. Shoutouts to Toonie Tones keeping track of this monstrosity. Always our MVPs of the tournament.
Oh, yeah. Now goes the Tridex. 7th
Blue
crystal.
Give me a blue boomerang. It's just... Oh, right, we knew it was the compass, so...
Yeah. It's alright. Alright, there's crystal number 7. We're gonna head to the GT. If you'd like to get your guesses in where that big key might be, there are 22 checks in Candace Tower where you can find it, and if you're right, yay.
You get bragging rights.
Yep.
Okay, Topplife gonna enter Ganon's Tower. Let's see which way he chooses to go.
Seen way too many 22s in chat.
They want tile room. I don't want tile room.
No. The seed's gone on long enough. We don't want to see tile room.
No tile room, please. Gonna go to the right first. We'll see if he continues on, if he gets a small key.
Give us some hope.
Or a map and arrows. Small key on the torch, so logically boots locked, just like desert, but, you know, we don't care about that so much. We'll grab the key anyway.
Doesn't feel like we've had boots for like an hour at this point.
No, I mean, they were at Stumpy, so it wasn't too late
Yeah.
in the game.
Okay. Small key. There's the
There's that
blue
blue boomerang!
We did it!
Full tracker, let's go!
Thank you, DM room.
Okay. Let's see if we can find a big key, the thing we're really looking for.
Oh yeah, big key. Yeah, you're right.
So that's 7, so this will be 8. We can pretend that's a piece of heart, or pretend that's a gold sword, or silver arrows, or something.
You will never know.
There we go, getting that, using that blue boomerang. See, it was worth it.
Yeah. To the fire snake room. Checks number 9 coming up here. Get 10 arrows. Okay, 10 through 13 here in random room. $20. 20 rupees. 5 rupees.
That was a piece of heart and a heart container.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
It very well could have been. I don't.
It could have been.
Regardless, not the big key. Okay.
Yeah, not the item we're looking for.
Okay, number 14 here.
There it is. You know, not having to do Ice Armos is always nice.
Yes.
Especially when you know you're doing silverless. You know, not wasting all those arrows on the Ice Armos.
Congrats to those who said 14.
Care of these mimics. Very nice. You know, Asazas gets to do the dark maze, the dark rail maze in the light this time. And we'll shortly be at Trinex.
Yeah, good use of the cape there. Get across that bridge.
Yeah, with half magic, that's a pretty nice way to do it.
Do the gauntlet here. Nice use of the fire rod shot to get that size X. Oh, Sazo's gotta be careful here. It's going for. Oh! Tridex not playing nice at all here.
If he gets in trouble, I believe he's still got a couple of blues. And maybe a green as well. But yeah, not a good feeling when Trinex goes like that. Oof. Oh.
There.
There's that head. Now it just needs to not get hit. Like he got the double spin, so just needs to get one more hit. Oh, he did not get the double spin. So 3 more hits. There we go. 3 more total.
Meanwhile, Top Life's just burning into the gauntlet here in GT. Headed into the torch tubes here.
Yeah, I mean, not that it would really make a big difference, but there's really not a whole lot of time that asazas could even save with the GT big key, given its location. At best, he can do the same thing. At worst, he can get it much slower if he decides to do like Dark Magician strats or something. Shoutouts to Powder. Always nice to have at the top of GT. No reason to open any chests here. There's nothing else to pick up. There's nothing. We got 4 bottles even. Like, sometimes you could say, well, maybe a bottle, but no,
we got
not
the
even
bug
that.
net.
Yeah, we got the bug net too, yep.
Yeah, 2D Toes, your job is done here, thank you.
Well, he's still got to mark that boomerang, that blue boomerang when asazas picks it up.
You're right. Okay, you sit back down. You're not done yet.
One more button to click.
Okay, Agate 2, here we go. Asazas at the left side. Double start. And second double.
Ooh, that was a terrible pattern with the blue ball that didn't help. Well, one of those doubles wasn't a double. Because I think that was a double.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
But, no, not too bad.
Hey, we're time to take on Ganon.
Well, you can select that cape and just use it. You got it, you might as well. You've got half magic, you've got at least a blue bottle, and you've got at least a blue and a green. He might have more than that.
Yeah.
There's no reason to not just take it safe.
He's already into phase 3 here. One more hit, get to phase 4.
If Ganon ever stops warping, there we go. Yeah, there's a 1 in 4 chance that Ganon will just warp right to the same spot he's at, and if that's the case, when you try and get that early spin, you can't get it. It'll just do the blue thing. So not a problem though. He's got a plenty good lead here.
Yeah, it's a nice triple cycle there. So I believe he's at 5. Missed that one though. He's at 6. Halfway home, up to 7. Now at 9. So we get to triple. Oh, just save. He misses that one. There's 10.
It's just in triples are hard.
Oh yeah.
Granted, we have a lot of really good runners that can do them pretty consistently, but that doesn't make them easy.
There we go. Those GGs in chat for Top Life. Just gonna cross the 1x3 bridge here to enter the Triforce room.
They'll finish with an official race time of 1:49.07. GG to Top Life, tying up the series at 1. And we will get a game 3 between these two runners.
And you see asazas seeing that done, he is going to forfeit the match, unfortunately. But yeah, game 3 should be a great matchup too. So.
We'll see if they'll come in for interviews. And while we're waiting, take a look at the upcoming schedule. The sad part, of course, about getting this deep into the tournament is we just don't quite have as many races, but we do have one more today. Over on SpeedGaming 2, we'll have Pika Pals versus Ninban. Looks like a bunch of stuff scheduled for Thursday. Starting at 4 o'clock, we have 4:10. We have Error versus Shady Force. 6:10, Gamachu versus Lin Lin Lin. 6:40, Dante versus P-Train. And at 8:10, we have Pika Pals versus Ninban. I guess that'll be game 2 for them. Interesting. Yeah, it makes sense because they play at the same time on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Bunch of matches on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So all your Link to the Past tournament needs. I do not believe these two have their next game scheduled yet. Probably just gonna wait and see if it was necessary before committing to it. But yeah, you'll have to keep an eye out in the schedule for that one. Bound to be a good one.
Mm-hmm. While we're waiting, always give our brothers a follow. You would appreciate it. They put on a great showing for us today. You know, like you said, the first match was just a few seconds in between them, so they know what they're doing. To the Fire Snake Room, checks number 9 coming up. Also give a shout out to our trucker 2D Tones. I had to click every button for us today. And go ahead and give my co-com there, Tracy, a follow too. She likes to play this game and
yeah, if you want to see not quality Link to the Past play.
Oh, then follow me then.
But yeah, I do play this game as well, just not as well as these guys do it.
Hey.
All right, Topplife joining us now. GG's.
GG.
So a little sad that this seed came. I mean, it was so breadcrumby early. It was these little breadcrumbs leading you here, leading you there. Then everything opens in the mountain, and there was nothing on the mountain. And it just came down to an ice rod hunt.
Yeah, which location which I skipped has the ice rod?
Yep, exactly.
Let's do Dark Helmet. That's how you had to do.
Yeah, considering both of us technically lost the race by going Helma last race. Well, since both did it, and Asas didn't lose, but
right. This time, Helma was the answer.
If I had my mindset correctly done and skip Helma, because we just got hook shots, so everything was open. But
well, I mean, you
behind.
Yeah, I mean, you had the Pen and Pot had a flute, so it's not like it didn't have anything.
Oh yeah, that was the only thing in Logic in there too.
Yeah, yes. You didn't have a lamp yet. What a dumb spot for a lamp, anyway.
Well, I guess the dark room with the torches also was in Logic.
The Groupie Maze.
Yep, joining us now is our runner-up for the seed, Sazas. GG, see ya.
Hello. Yeah, GG, top. Nice race.
GG.
Yeah, we were just talking about how the seed, it's really breadcrumby seed that just led you kind of by the nose to all the different locations. Came down to that ice rod hunt. Both of you having skipped Helmasaur after. I mean, like I was saying to Topplife, you found a flute there, and you didn't have a lamp yet. So I think it made sense to leave at the time.
I mean, honestly, don't even ask me anything about the race because I have forgotten everything right now. So yeah, I was on the phone for like a good chunk of the race because I got called from work. So fun.
Oh no! Wow.
Oh,
that's crazy. Then then I'm more impressed with what you were able to do. Because I don't think I could be talking on the phone and trying to work at the same time as playing.
Yeah.
I couldn't either. Have you seen the race?
I mean,
You
it came
did
down to
very
an ice
well.
rod hunt. If you had gotten to the ice rod first, we have a different outcome. So
Yeah,
mean,
I don't know. I should have forfeited because I wasn't really paying attention to the game. I even wasn't paying attention to the call, which was arguably more important.
Mhm.
But yeah, so probably the next game will be during the weekend because I'm not dealing with this crap again.
Yeah, I don't
For
blame you.
sure.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I know because you haven't scheduled it yet, but yeah, if you're having to work at this time because you're out. I mean, it's nighttime where you're at. I mean, I wouldn't have expected a
It's-
call.
Yeah, I mean it's afternoon to evening,
Yeah.
and yeah, I wasn't expecting it either. That's why I scheduled it. That's why we scheduled the game here.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Yeah, unfortunately, work
happens.
had other ideas.
Yeah.
Life sucks sometimes.
Yep.
True enough.
But I mean, still pretty. It was a pretty solid win on the by topplife. So don't really know if it would have been enough to make it a close race if I was just focused on it the whole time.
I mean, it's a tough location
Yeah.
that ice rod was. I really liked your play when you got Bombos out of Turtle Rock to just leave and hope that the ice rod was in Misery Mire. Top Life stayed in Turtle Rock and full cleared it, obviously, except the Trinex.
Yeah, I was really angry at myself there. Not because I full cleared Turtle Rock. It was more that I was supposed to check all mirror locations so I can guarantee save my mirror before.
Right. And you
And
missed
then I
one.
forgot that one location, and right after I also forgot Lumberjack. I can't save the portal if it's on Lumberjack either, so I was kinda annoyed at myself, so I
Mhm.
kinda ditched
There
the
was
portal.
no save with the portal. There was nothing you could do.
No, you could have saved it because it would have. Because
Yeah,
Helma, you could totally save
Oh
it.
yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah.
Had I checked
Ooh.
the mirror before, I would have saved it. I wouldn't have remembered Lumberjack, but if it's Lumberjack, I think I just take my odds there anyways.
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement.
So
But yeah,
that's why I wasn't worried about going into Turtle Rock at all. But
yeah. And so I mean, there were still possibilities for asazas to have won this, depending on where that ice rod. I mean, at least Meyer. I mean, actually, Top I was gonna say at least Meyer was kind of nice, but you went and killed Viddy and went back in, and so a little extra time there. It's kind of as good as it gets if you don't do that with the location of the items there. You know, you get the Godmire, and it's like, but the next two checks in a big your items. They weren't good items, but they were items. In fact, one was a bad item.
Is that I knew that the last item was firelocked. Unfortunately, it was the wrong chest which was firelocked. Had it been the other one, I think I wouldn't have lost any time there at all.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's too bad Zaza's ran out of bombs and ice pellets. They're getting the book out of the big chest, and that had been a real feel bad moment there for you.
I mean, yeah, that was it was mainly the part where I was on the phone, but yeah, because I was even thinking like, yeah, I don't have a lot of bombs. Yeah, I should have bought them beforehand, of course. I don't have a lot of bombs, but the skeletons, the skeleton knights have a 100% bomb rate, drop rate.
In vanilla.
That's what you do in vanilla. So yeah, I went in thinking that I can get some extra bombs from the skeletons, but yeah, then I remember this is not vanilla. It's random.
Yep.
Oh. Seems like you did another whoops that I did, because I was going to the
dungeons.
I was going to the Sora area, and then just before I turned in the mushroom, and I forgot to keep count of my money. So
yeah, because you never did get back there, so that was At one point, you had all done the same checks, except Top Life had done the Smith Chain, Asazas, you had done Zora, so it was like, is either one of them going to lose time from doing those? And Asazas, your bad situation was that you had this fifth chain, but it's so slow without mirror to save the portal, but yeah, and then you end up doing it. Of course, it's nothing.
Yeah. in the end, as I said, I don't know if it was as bad as if the seed was as bad as I can't remember it now. Maybe it was not that easy, but it was kind of confusing to me in the end.
No, I am. Call me impressed for you being able to do as well as you did and talk on the phone at the same time. 'Cause
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't look like the only just the bombs in Ice Palace. That, to be fair, we are also used to Icebreaker there now. I could easily see making that mistake whether you're on the phone or not. So, because bombs, it used to be, you did the bomb jump, and it's like, okay, I'm going into Ice Palace, I need to make sure I have bombs for the bomb jump. But now we're so used to Icebreaker where that doesn't even come into play, that even if you go in there going to do the bomb jump, you still might not think about it. So
Also, I think I like in Paradox Cave, I chucked my last bomb the wrong way, so whoopsie doopsie. That's funny.
yeah, well, Death Mountain being nothing. Like, just the one time, the only time the seed where everything opens up, and that everything was nothing. Crazy. I mean, I guess Hera had stuff, but the rest of the mountain had nothing.
Yeah, Hera is the only Kane and the mirror and Hera, so that's about it.
Yeah, so you should just skip all of the mountain, just do Hera, and nah, that's not a good strategy.
No.
It's just crazy that that's the way it turned out.
I skipped the old man rescue at least.
Yeah, it's when you checked it later, I'm like, oh yeah, he hasn't done this yet.
Yeah, that was like, yeah, I should just check it because, again, the portal save, quit point there is nice there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's mainly for a portal, my 7 quit points.
That makes
so
sense.
Like I would rush to Turtle Rock immediately and then save in later.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anything else? I'm sure Sazas, you need to get to a Spanish interview as well. Anything else you all want to add before we close this out?
I'll go say hi, but really nothing else. Just GG again, and we'll see you for Game 3 on the weekend. I'll have an opportunity to sort out this IRL stuff, I hope. But yeah, hopefully not whoops all dungeon seed. It would be nice.
That would be nice. Topplife, anything you want to add before we close things out?
Thanks for putting up the restream up. And yeah, see you on the weekend, asazas.
See ya.
All right. That'll pretty much do it for us. I'd like to thank everybody, Captain 1977 for joining me on commentary, 2D Tones for being the MVP of our tournament, doing that tracking, and of course, all of you in chat and everybody behind the scenes at SpeedGaming and organizing this tournament. Reminder, next race is 8:10 tonight, Pika Palace versus Ninben over on SpeedGaming 2, and we all hope to see you there.